So some of you have probably been directing music videos for a very long time. However, there is a huge percentage of people that have just started today. So within this video, I'm going to be benefiting both sides by telling you guys the top 3 things that I wish I knew before starting out my business as a director. So when I first started doing music videos, I literally had no idea what I was doing. I was all over the place, my movement was off, I was going on shoots thinking I knew what I was doing when I clearly didn't. So the main thing for me was all about lens choice. Now, of course, when you get your first camera, you're gonna get a kit lens. In my opinion, that's what everyone goes for because the lens comes with the camera. So that's what I got. I got an 18 to 55 kit lens on my Nikon D3-200, I think it was. That camera, man, when I look back at that now, boy, I don't know how I used that. But with that lens, it was very difficult to get the angles that I was trying to get. I watched a lot of music videos, a lot of examples on how to get zoomed shots, zoomed in angles, wide shots, and with that lens I just couldn't get it because I wasn't understanding the focal length, the aperture, the certain angle I needed. It all came down to the one lens that I had. So what I tried to do is zoom in at 55mm and think, yeah, I can get my zoom shot now, I can make this look cinematic like all the directors I've been watching. Incorrect. In low light, the kit lens was just not working. It had a 3.5 aperture. Everything was just completely off with what I was doing. So my main thing about music videos when you start, make sure you choose your right lens and you're choosing the right option, because a lot of us tend to just look at what someone else has got and try copy exactly what you're seeing. Try to go for something that you feel comfortable with. It's not always about the camera. You can get a better lens with a cheap camera and make some really nice clean work, especially if you're just starting out. Of course, having a nice quality camera is good. No one's complaining about that, but at the same time, focus on that lens choice to make sure you're benefiting yourself and your videos within the sort of style that you want to go with. So for example, if you want your videos to look like they have a lot of wide shots, then you got to make sure you're going for the 12mm, the 16mm and the 18mm. If you want to be kind of in between the zoom shot and the wide shot, go for a 24 or a 28. So it all depends on what your style is and what you're really trying to capture and what you've seen videos that you think looks best and you like the way that looks. Go for that sort of style within that focal length. So when you first start music videos, it's actually very difficult to kind of scale your business in a way that you really want it to be, especially at the beginning. It's hard to communicate with clients and the way that they want their work, and it's hard for them to understand the way that you want to work. So the main thing that I wish I knew before starting music videos was making everything clear to the client before every single booking. When you're speaking with a client, you want to make sure that they understand your rules, your timing, when your turnaround time is, how much your deposit is, everything. You want to make sure that that is all clear and it's all in set for the client to see within your Instagram page or when they message you. From experience, I made a huge mistake by just going on shoot, not knowing how long I needed for the shoot, not knowing how many locations they wanted, and not really knowing what they wanted within the edit. So I kind of just went to the shoot, £150. I wasn't too sure on how long I was going to be there for. I was there for the whole day. I went to so many locations. They wanted it by the next day or 2 days, and because they had paid, I wanted to get this done quickly. I was really under a lot of pressure and I didn't know how to handle these sort of situations and not be too strict on clients that are willing to pay me, because I just didn't feel right by giving clients all of these rules and being a little too strict. I just thought it just wasn't for me. But this is what business is about. So the main thing I would say is just to have a policy on your page so that when they book with you and ask you a question, they know exactly how everything works. So for an example, on the screen right now, as you can see, I've placed my policy and what I usually send to clients when they message me. It's also on my Instagram as well for people to see. But the first thing is no deposit, no booking. And this basically just means that if they don't place a deposit, there is no booking, there is no shoot. I don't have to attend to their shoot that they're telling me to at whatsoever time. They have to place a deposit first. Without that deposit, it doesn't make things 100%. When you get that deposit, you know that the shoot is guaranteed to happen. I also mentioned in the policy that deposits are non-refundable. Doing it like this basically makes the client know that you are very serious to work and that there's no messing around. It's simple as that. It does sound harsh, but at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you're going to be paid. So when there's no refunds, they know that they need to make sure that they attend to that shoot so then they can get their video and pay the remaining half. The deposit I usually do is around 50%, so I get half of the booking. If I have a package going for 400, they send me £200. That deposit gets placed, the date gets placed, we shoot the video, they send me the remaining 200, and I get straight to editing. That is the best structure that I've gone by, and it's helped me a lot. The next thing I have placed within the policy is late arrival on shoot. So for example, if someone comes to the shoot 1 hour late, their booking gets cancelled. Again, by doing this is just gonna make sure that your client doesn't turn up late. Because if they see that they're gonna be 1 hour late and they turn up late, their shoot's gonna get cancelled. They don't get a refund on their deposit. They've just lost a whole ton of money. So in my opinion, that is the best way to go about it in terms of late arrival, to make sure you do a cut-off time so that you're not standing around all day at the location trying to see where this client's at. The reason I've got this on my policy is because it's happened to me plenty of times. I've been standing around for 2 hours, central London, waiting around, and no one's pulled up. So from experience, I had to make sure I put this in my policy so that it doesn't happen to me again. This next one is very optional. No finished payment, no edits. Some people like to still edit the video even though they've got the deposit, and then they tell the client that they're finished, so then they can get their remaining payment and then send the video off. But in terms of how you want to run your business, if you want to earn money a little bit more faster and you really want to feel like you're running things smoothly and everything is just going at a really good rate, then you want to make sure that you're getting paid as fast as possible. So that is the way that I do it. I make sure that I'm not editing anything until my remaining payment has been sent. So then I get paid for the full project, and then I get started on the editing. Everyone's policy is a lot different and everyone has their own rules, so this is just how I like to use mine. You can use this as a structure and just go by this within the future. So the last thing I want to talk about in today's video is all about having a shot list for your music video shoot. It's very simple. A lot of you guys probably already do this as you're just starting off, but it's something that I didn't do. So if you know about run and gun videos, that is literally my style within when I shoot a lot of these music videos. So when I went on to the shoot, I had no shot list. I would literally just do it spontaneously. I'll be at a location, I'd look at the side of a wall and be like, yeah, just lean on that wall and we'll do a quick performance take. I'll be very spontaneous. The video will still come out nice, but in terms of the creativity and the vision, it just wasn't there at the start. So what I started to do was just to make a simple notes on whatever shot list I wanted to create. So I would literally just do location 1, shot 1. Low angle, shot 2, high shot. And then I would explain a little bit more about that shot within my notes, so then I can read it on the way to the shoot on my phone, and then I can read it as we're on shoot as well, and I can explain it to the client as we're there. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can just be very simple, especially if you're doing a lot of run and gun videos. Just having that small structure can help you on shoot and can save a lot of time. You don't want to be stuck on a shoot like me at the first instance and just be like, what the hell do I do, and kind of be in a panicking moment. Especially if there's a lot of people on shoot, it makes things a lot more worse, trust me. It's happened to me before previously where there's been a lot of people on set on a shoot. There's 2 artists, but you got a whole heap of people behind them. You don't know how to direct them. You don't know where to put each person. It just becomes very stressful in the moment, and clients don't want to see you like that, because at the end of the day, they're paying you to do a job, which is to direct their music videos. So you need to make sure, even if the video is very simple, just make sure you have a small plan ready for your shoot on the day so that everything can just go smoothly and there's no stress. Now, it's a lot different if it's a big budget and it's a huge storyline that you need to cover. Then of course, make that shot list, make that treatment, mood boards, screen grabs, everything. But guys, make sure you create that small shot list to keep yourself in check and make sure that everything runs smoothly on set. So I hope this video helped you guys out a lot. If it did, smash that like button. I'd appreciate that a lot. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. That would be much appreciated. I appreciate everyone's support so far on this channel. And if you guys are interested a little bit more about my music video career and what got me to where I am today, feel free to watch the video on screen right now.